I was just trying to speak about the idea of money and how what our relationship with money is and how important that is, because that there is, when you are raised like that, you do have a lack mentality. You know what I'm saying? There's a lack mentality that will keep you from getting the money that you want and being in the flow and the energy of receiving and bringing money into your life when you have that struggle mentality. So all I'm saying is that there needs to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, people should definitely shift out of that lack mentality and chasing the bag, because in the process of doing that, money is just an ends to, means to an end. You can't compromise who you are as a person just to have money. So it's nothing like I'm pushing back against you. I was just offering a different perspective. That's all. So I'm done speaking.
Hey, y'all, I have one more thought, and then I'm gonna be done speaking for a moment. But there's one thing that people never fail to talk. They always fail to talk about when they talk about money and happiness. Is I think everyone is pre-programmed to think, oh, money means no problems, right? If I get the money, I can take care of the stuff. But there's always two sides to the coin, and life rolls on for everybody. So people still have houses burned down, people still have family members die, people still lose their jobs. So there's always things going on. No one stays on an uphill euphoria their whole life. There's peaks and valleys to life for everybody. And with the you know with the two sides to the coin, you think, oh, the life must be so easy, they don't have any problems or worries. But I'll tell you what, when you start getting that money, and then you're insuring it, and then all of a sudden you're a landlord, and all of a sudden you're a business owner, you got a whole new set of problems of stress. So the stress is always going to be there. That's why the happiness is a mindset, because you know yeah, it can take care of certain things, but everybody's going to have a different set of problems, whether you have no money or you got a lot of money.
Hello. Can I?
Okay, hold on, y'all. Before we continue, before you speak, just make sure you state your name and then your comment, because we might have people hearing and in here. So, who is that speaking? That's next.
That's me.
Okay. What's your name?
My name's Arthur.
Okay, go ahead, Arthur.
I was listening to all the blessed and gracious thoughts. I could definitely relate to homegirl who was from a third world country. I'm not from a third world country. I was from here, but my father and my mother and a lot of my family members were from there, and they were now on that side that can say, yeah, I can focus and shift gear on happiness as opposed to working and putting food on the table or whatnot. And it's also tough because it's about time. Like we all have a certain amount of time on this world, and a lot of people are comparing us to like the business guys and all these moguls, but then they're at a point where like they're not even like, some of them are, but most of them are not even like focused on the present. Their mind is so shifted towards years, like they focus on the future. Like businessmen at that point, they're so focused on like what's gonna happen in the future. Like they're not even grounded to the present moment. Like, and at this present moment, if I have the tool that can shift gears in terms of me grinding and me focusing on my family and other things right this moment, I think it would definitely make me happier. If I definitely have a tool where, like, in case if my mom is sick, instead of me working all day and grinding, I can actually tend to her. Or if I have a kid and something's going on, I can actually take care of them and properly raise them, and I'm not focused on work and grinding. So I'm talking about presently, this moment, right now, where you're standing. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're poor. Right now, this moment, if that tool, money, which is money, can literally shift your gears and literally, instead of working and instead of focusing on the money, you have it in your hand. You can literally make changes in your life, and you can definitely turn your life around and definitely go in a different path, which is going towards happiness. So that's just my take on it.
Thank you for your take, Arthur. So, if anybody else want to speak, just flash your mic, and I'm gonna randomly pick somebody. All right, anybody? Let me see. Okay, flash your mics. Okay, Patience.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Um, um, can money buy happiness? Okay, my perspective of that would be I remember my main source of happiness when I was growing up was my family being close knitted. Like we always had like uncles and aunts that was together and we would like go to their house for a little bit and we'll do this. We'll probably eat together as a family. We'll go out together as a family, like truly close knitted. And at this point right now, one of my most favorite uncles just passed away like less than 2 years ago, Uncle Clifford. And if it took all the money in the world to get my Uncle Clifford back, that's what I'll do. But we can't do that. So I feel like true happiness is what you found within. And it's like sometimes like you go to yourself and you meditate and you understand that certain things are not there anymore. I remember back in the day and my grandmother used to give me these windmill cookies. And that was true happiness for me. Right now, I am 45 years old. And if my grandmother could hand me windmill cookies right now, I would be just the same kid I was back then. So to me, true happiness, it has nothing to do with money. I mean, money can provide you a different type of lifestyle if you know how to live, if you know how to do live that lifestyle. But when it comes down to you as a person, whatever was installed in you when you were younger, because nowadays we're looking at things saying, oh, this person's going to get this and this is what's going to happen next. We need to stop looking so much into the future or into the present and start back looking into the past of what truly made us happy and what got us here today. That's my perspective on patience.
That was a good perspective, Patience. Thank you so much for your take. I'm gonna definitely add.
I wanted to respond to Patience because she made a
Oh, you hear me?
very point. Yeah, you can hear me?
Oh, okay. I was gonna respond, but you could go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, you could go.
No, I was saying, Patience, you said something very important. You were saying, if you could spend a certain amount of money to bring your loved one back, you could, right? But you can't. And I had found out like I would say, oh man, more into like my mature like age that I because I thought money could buy happiness when I was like a teenager, and then when I start getting money and I start going into the music industry and stuff, and then I start seeing a lot of like celebrities, right, that I would be around, and I would just like get that energy from them, like of like unhappiness, like, and I will be like in a room and everybody will have this like mask on, so to say, like they are happy, but a lot of them are like really suffering inside. And then you look at it and be like, man, like a lot of us aspire to like really have all of this like abundance of wealth or whatever like that. But I think you have to know who you are, and you got to know like what you really want out of life before you get to that point, because I feel like a lot of times people they try to buy away like their pain and buy away their trauma to make them happy, and then that can become destructive because they do it in the form of like a lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs, because now you got the money to buy drugs and alcohol whenever you want, and people use that as an escape. So it can get really destructive, and that's why you see a lot of celebrities, they're like on drugs, or they have like these crazy like declines, at some point. That's because they didn't have that together before they achieved that level of like wealth. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I feel like money can buy temporary happiness, but true happiness starts from within. Cause once that temporary high wear off, you're gonna be right back to feeling that same unhappiness. And it's just like painkillers. It will numb the pain for a minute, but that pain will be back. So everybody is different. Some may look at it different, or handle it different. But I feel like money can contribute towards happiness though. But true happiness starts within your mindset and within yourself. There's people right now sitting in a $15 million mansion right now, crying, depressed, drugging themselves up, and probably suicidal. And some are basically misusing the money, like Crown was saying, misusing the money to fill the emptiness, and they don't realize that they are slowly killing themselves and heading on a path of destruction. Money can't buy real love and happiness. Money can't buy you time back. I always say that because when your spirit leaves this earth, none of this is going with you. Your body is your shell. Um, your spirit is what brings your body to life. So besides the physical dollar, I feel like we should aim to be wealthy and happy in spirit. So that's my take. This is Antoinette. If anybody else want to jump in, just state your name and your comment, because we might have hearing impaired people in here. So we just want to make sure they understand the conversation.
Hey, it's Mr. Larry. Hey, Antoinette, I think you that was a key word, temporary happiness. Because to say, you can say yeah, it doesn't. Somebody can say it doesn't buy happiness, but it does. It can buy a temporary happiness. It's not a long-lasting happiness, but for some, that temporary happiness means much more than anyone else could realize. So, does it bring you true, meaningful, long lasting happiness? No. But for some, and I think a lot of people, we forget that a person's perspective is their reality. So, their situation is their situation. So, you take someone who has never had anything, and then things start happening for them for that very moment they are happy. So for someone to say, hey, no, you're not happy, yes they are. And like you said, it's that temporary happiness. And I think sometimes we judge our situation, and we say, it's like myself. I mean, I have businesses and I'm doing very well. So if someone gave me $1,000 right now, it wouldn't mean much to me. It's like, all right, cool. I mean, I see that all the time. But maybe if I gave $1,000, you mean if I gave $1,000 to the homeless man that's under the bridge right now, you don't think he gonna be happy? Trust me, he gonna be hugging me, shaking my hand, and doing whatever he can. There's a temporary happiness, and I just think that it's important to realize and not count out the fact that that person's situation is the reality at that moment, and it may not be your reality, but it is their reality. So I definitely agree with you, Antoinette, on that temporary happiness. This is Mr. Larry, and I'm done speaking.
Mr.
Hello,
Larry, this
hello.
is Crown, right? I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right?
Mhm.
I just want, because I love to play devil's advocate just to see, dig deeper into your perspective on it, right? So if it's temporary happiness, is it really happiness if it's temporary? You know what I'm saying? Like, if, okay, you give that man of the bridge $1,000 and he happy, right? For that moment, right? And say that $1,000 is gone in 2 days. And he's back where he was. Unhappy, feeling despair, like his life ain't gonna get better because that thousand is gone. That just brought him some happiness for like 2 days. Was that really happiness?
Well,
Like,
that's
or
why.
is happiness something that is everlasting? You know what I'm saying? Because I know some people right in life that been through pain, right? But they managed to stay happy no matter what they go through. They just managed to stay happy. Like, you wouldn't even know they going through some of the stuff they go through because they choose happiness. They choose to say, yo, you know what? Even though Ozzy died the other day, even though my bank account is on zero today, even though all this stuff is happening, I'ma still be happy, right? And nothing can break that happiness. No, like, they happy like that, yearly, monthly, like everything is just so.
Money, can you stop banging?
So that's what I wanted to hear from you, bro, before we pass to the next person. Like, If it's just temporary for that moment, it is was it really happiness?
Well, and I'm gonna still say it was a. Watch this. We all agree that happiness is a mindset, right? But for that person, unfortunately, man, that is their reality. So for them, yes, that is what they would call their temporary happiness. Now, for the ones that we really know the meaning of happiness, then no, we're gonna say, nah, it's not happiness. That's just like taking a pill, man. You might be in pain, and I'm gonna take this pill that's maybe gonna cause the pain to cease for a certain amount of time. So you can't tell me that the pain is not there. The pain is going to come back, but it was a temporary healing for that very moment. So to say that it didn't take the pain away, it took the pain away. So I agree to say yes, it's that mindset, but I'm not going to disagree with the person that says, look, for them, it brought them some form of, and that's why I like, it was a previous speaker that said, as far as the happiness and joy, it's like for them, it brought a temporary happiness, but that joy is everlasting, man. It's like, look, that's deep down inside, rooted inside. And for some, they can be happy eating off the floor, and some they can be happy doing other things. But hey, man, I'm with it. I agree from a happiness standpoint, but I definitely still feel, man, for some, they will, that is their reality. That is their reality, not ours, unfortunately.
Hello,
My name
So
is. Oh,
can I say
that's
add
may
to
I?
that? Um,
Hold on 1 minute. Who is that speaking? Just be sure to state your name first. Who is that speaking?
Arthur.
Arthur and then Jaquise.
Okay, go ahead, Arthur.
To piggyback on the temporary thing, you guys have been saying, oh, money can temporarily buy happiness, but what can really like what can we really like use to have what is really long term happiness? Like what can really give us long like everlasting happiness in life?
Self
What
healing. It's inner
self
healing. Mm-hmm.
can say what's the second thing you said?
Inner healing.
So at a point within that inner hill, there's not a point in which you can see something or reflect on something within your life that would at one point not make you happy with yourself.
It's like
Like can one thing really make you 100% happy for the rest of your life? And I'm only saying that because like I think the problem isn't money. The problem is we cannot buy happiness with anything.
you just see
Happiness
you just
cannot be bought.
right, exactly. See, you said thing. Is there any thing that
Ex-
can give you everlasting happiness?
Not
No,
even a thing,
not
a feeling. Love
anything.
cannot buy happiness.
Only you
Trust cannot
can
buy
give
happiness.
yourself. You can give
Right.
yourself long term happiness.
But
You.
you see how you
You.
just changed the statement though? You said you can give yourself. You can't buy it. Happiness cannot be bought in general with anything. Not an emotion, not a feeling, not a thing.
May I?
My
A little
point.
bit, Arthur.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
who's that speak? Who's that speaking?
Oh,
This is
that's
this
Jaquise.
this is Jacques calling from
Jacquees? Okay, go ahead.
Jacques actually Jacques from Germany. It is
Jack.
not
Okay,
Okay.
very yes,
Jacquees.
Jacques.
Okay.
Is This is very interesting topic, and Hollywood usually paints us things like love and happiness as something that is permanent. I will say that it is not. Even the United States Constitution say that is the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is not a permanent stage. Absolutely not. Those who believe that it is, they are mistaken. Happiness is going to be like when you're at the hospital, the heart goes up and down and up and down. That means you are alive. When it flatlines, that means you are dead. So there's not going to be a permanent stage of happiness. And a lot of people put money, this accessory value, as something that will bring them happiness. And they are also at that point mistaken. I take my personal example. I was born in Cameroon, in Africa. I understand what it is to be poor. But my deepest poverty did not even happen in Cameroon. It happened in the United States, in Saudis Raleigh, whereby my belly button was touching my vertebrae because I was hungry. My spit was sour at some points because I didn't eat. Now, was I happy at that moment? No, I was in pain. That was painful. Now, I was able to. Yes, I was rich inside. I knew at that moment when I didn't have a meeting, trying to get a call. But at a certain stage, we need to understand that this concept of happiness. I heard Mr. Crown saying earlier that, well, somebody is lose some an acquaintance and so on, and he manages to find happiness. Yes, that's what we see in the outside, but is it really happening in the inside? That's why you see some people, they seem happy, and then the next day you hear that they committed suicide because what they are dealing with inside, it's something very profound. So I believe that happiness, buying happiness, it's a concept. We can pursue happiness. Pursuing happiness, it's in many forms. Being happy in your relationship. Yes, you get married to somebody that you love. There will be mornings where uh, you feel terrible in your marriage. And then in the evening, it is still beautiful. There's happiness when you have your child. And then that same child give you a lot of frustration and so on. But we can find different kind of happiness. And at the end of the day, it is a pursuit. This is Jacques, and I'm complete.
Hey, this is Phil.
Thank
Could I
you.
interject?
Yes, hold on. I just want to
Of
give
course.
each statement a chance to breathe. Thank you so much. I said Jacques. I hope I'm
Ja,
pronouncing it right.
Jacques.
It is
Jacques.
Jacques. Or you can
Jacques.
say the last name is Eone. It's easier, maybe.
Got you. Okay. Thank you so much for your statement. Phil, we got you next.
Jacques. I thought of
Yes.
Dogecoin, Jacques, something like that. But nice name, nice name.
Yeah, Jacques. It's Jacques.
Awesome. Hey, man, I love what you said, and I'm also from Kenya, so I get that. I grew up in some crazy places, man, and when I was back in Kenya, I remember we just didn't have electricity for 3 years. I mean, it was crazy. It was just candles all day, and it was just a different life. It's just but at that time I didn't see that stuff because you end up just being grateful for the basics, the fundamentals, the simple stuff. And then for me, when I came to the US, it was just crazy. Just the amount of stuff that's here is it's incredible. It's just a lot. And but as time goes by and you start making money and you start doing all that stuff, just like falling in love with someone, you don't fall in love and it doesn't feel love 24 hours a day, everything. It takes work. You need to work at it. It's something that you need to definitely keep building. Same thing with happiness. It's not going to last a long time, you know. You have to work at it to be able to be able to possess it. This is why they say it's a pursuit. You need to definitely work at it consistently. Even if whether you have money or you don't, it requires some effort to be able to possess that happiness. One of the things I know that makes you happier more than money, you just have to have passion in life. I know there's passionate people out there who have money and some who don't, but then again, it's a personal journey. Social life, what we're doing right now, I'm super happy just being here. Crown, thank you for pinging me in, and that just give me happiness and joy. I'm just very, very happy about that stuff. But I know it's that moment and this period and this time that we're in. It's the happiness that we're creating right now. I'm gonna just hold that emotion and then treasure that and keep building. It's just something you have to work at. Then obviously you have to be very curious about stuff in life. If you're curious, then you're open to opportunities. Then when you get the money, then you can explore those curiosities. You know, then you can have a much richer experience. Then life is now an adventure. It's not just a task. It's not something you have to do. It's something that you just want to see what might happen. This is why people always say, you want to start a business? Just do it. Don't wait. Just get it done. Just start. You know, don't wait for your mom to tell you something or your friends to like give you a pat in the back or you're seeking approval. Just get it done. But happiness, in my mind, It's a pursuit. It's something that you have to work at. You can have the Lamborghini, yes, fine. You have that fancy car, but you have to also constantly make yourself happy about it. And by associating happiness with gratitude, if you're constantly at the state of gratitude and love, then you're able to be happy in life. If you combine those elements, then happiness will just be something that will flow, because everything about you is gratitude. Everything you do and you give is through love and appreciation, even with the money or without. Even though our current system is based on money, maybe somehow there would have been a system before this that wouldn't have had to do with money. Maybe it's money is your talent. But in our current system, money is what gets things out of the way. So pursuing money and pursuing happiness in relationship to gratitude, it's a whole mixture of stuff. But I'm just going to wrap up. I love what everybody said in the beginning. You're who you are, understanding your self awareness, self control, those things about you, going back to history. Instead of going to see grandpa, you go talk to him and ask him, so how was your life when you were a kid? What did you want to be? Just ask, be an explorer, explore your family. And then you'll have this rich legacy, this rich knowledge about where you come from. And once you understand your origin, it doesn't have to be like 100 years or whatever. It could be just like your great grandfather, your grandfather, your aunties or whatever, just your family group, and then learn about history. Just be curious. Those things will give you peace of mind because you won't have like gaps in your mind, and you'll have peace when you actually walk in life. And now someone tells you something, you're like, I know everything about that, or not on anything, but I'm aware about that whole situation, but I'm choosing to go this way because I know this works for me, and this is going to make me happy based on where I am in my life right now. So happiness definitely needs work. You need to actually keep moving, keep practicing, keep building, keep trying, keep testing. Then happiness comes along the way through those rewards you get when you work hard. So I just want to share that. Thank you guys. Thank you, Crown, for having me. I love this place. I'm done speaking.
No problem, man. Thanks a lot, Phil. I love the
Yes.
perspective. Real quick, everybody that's in here, just make sure you follow that club at the top. You here with GVO, Good Vibes Only. So just tap that little Monopoly house you see at the top and follow and become a member of our club. We'll be bringing you a lot of things like GVO Talks, where we'll be bringing in celebrities to, have an exclusive sit down and talk with us here on Good Vibes Only platform on Clubhouse. And also we'll be doing regular rooms with topics and even places you can network and connect with each other and just creating a great clubhouse experience for you. So we'll be shutting this down in about another 20-30 minutes, so we want to make sure everybody get a chance to speak. So we will want to cut like the shares down to like maybe about 1 or 2 minutes, just so we could popcorn it around and give everybody a chance to speak before we close down within the next 20 and 30 minutes. So whoever wants to take the mic and give some feedback on this question, can money buy you happiness? You can take the floor.
Hello, can I speak?
Yes,
Yes.
you can, Armando.
Just
Hi,
state your name.
this is
Okay.
Armando. I'm from California, and I'm 29 years old. And I agree with everybody. I've been on the on this what is it called, station, for about like 10, 15 minutes, and I agree. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does alleviate it, at least sometimes, or at least you believe it during when you first receive it. I started working in high school, and it did bring a lot of happiness to me because I had a lot, more than my friends, and it wasn't because I wanted to show off because I had more than them, but I could do more, and friends out. I was the one, with the first car, taking people around, and I think it was cool. Unfortunately, when I lost my first job at 18, so I was already like 2.5 years into my first job, and that's when I first noticed that it could turn sideways as well. I felt bad for a while. Fortunately, I got back on another job, and same story kept happening over and over. And I used to always try to ask myself, why was it? And it wasn't till I started getting into more into my spiritual side. I picked up a book about Buddhism, like Zen Buddhism, and I learned that pain is actually from so many attachments. So I lusted over so much things. I do like good stuff, you know. I like a lot of good stuff. I like good cars. I like the traveling stuff. I like it. But I learned the more you lust over it, that's where pain comes from. So, you know, and it kept happening and I knew it, but unfortunately, I always fell back down. And now I'm 29 years old. I've gone through it so many times. And I decided to pick it up again. But this time, you know, I guess through all the years, I learned from experience and I'm not going to let go. I try to remove everything. I haven't been working for the last 2 months. And I think this little time off that I have was what let me. I mean, I never had vacations this long before, but this little vacation I had just let me. I completely removed everything. I was just thinking over my stuff. Uh, my room is completely white. I took everything off, and I just wanted to like I think the prisons in Norway are kind of set up the same way, or somewhere around there. And I just try to like think and just write and just leave my thoughts, explain everything, and it just hit me like about a month ago. And ever since then, I just been practicing over and over. And you know what? It's actually I am really happy, and I really don't have no money right now, but it just really brought happiness. And now it just backed up what I have been reading all this, you know, all throughout for the like last 5 years. But I know it's gonna be consistency, persistence, and just keep going at it just to continue this. And yeah, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. And thank you for letting me share.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
Um, is money really the problem? If one gets the money, but doesn't let it dictate how he lives his life, or uses the money to get things that do create memories that last a lifetime. Is money my question is money the problem?
Oh no, definitely no. It's not. Like I do still want the money, but I have a different approach to it now.
Mhm.
Like I would love like the money, but now I wouldn't be doing the same thing that I would do then. You know, try to post it on Instagram to try to show people what I was doing, maybe for the wrong reasons. I actually worked for an airline for a couple of years, and that's what started happening. And I found myself that I wasn't even having fun. I was just posting to show what I was doing. And not till I figured it out, I actually stopped posting and I just started taking trips on my own. And you know what? That kind of showed me that it it doesn't matter who you show. You know, it's actually the trip itself. And I love traveling. So yes, money is not the issue. It was just my approach of how I visualized it, maybe. And I hope I'm explaining it right.
No, you definitely explained it right, and I didn't say that to like diminish anything you said. I was just asking generally to everybody, like, is money really the problem if you use it adequately and you use it to get things that do create everlasting happiness, like memories with your family or whatever the case may be?
That's
Yeah.
a good outlook right there. That's a good question. But thank you so much, Armando, for your outlook, and Arthur as well. I want to open the floor to some people who have hear me. Oh, I think I had a call coming. I just wanted to open the floor to someone who hasn't spoken yet, just to get everybody's outlook. So if you want to speak, just hop right in, state your name first and your comment.
I'll
Hello,
say
this
this,
is
Antoinette. It's
Oh,
Danny.
okay.
I'll say
Who is
this
that
real quick.
speaking?
Danny.
Danny. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
Danny.
I'll just say this real quick. So what Arthur said, it depends how much money. Because I used to think $50,000 was a lot of money till I made 50 grand. I used to think $100,000 was a lot of money till I hit that. I used to think $1 million was a lot of money till I was around it. So it all has to do with the amount of money that we're talking about. And again, like everybody said, it money's the vehicle. It's what you use the money for. That's what it really comes down to.
That's
What you use the money for. So you can use the money to buy material things. I had a guy. I'll share a quick story. I had a guy come into my office. We were hiring for salespeople, and I sat down with him for an interview. It was a quick interview, and basically the guy. I asked him. I said, "What is it that you're looking to make?" He said, "I want to make 100,000 a year." I said, "Why'd you pick that number?" He said, "Because it's more than what I'm making now." And I said, "Yeah, but why that number? When you have the ability to make a lot more with us, why'd you pick 100,000?" He says, "Because it's going to give me what I want." And I said, "Well, let's go over what you want." I said, "You married?" He was like, "Not yet." I said, "You have kids?" He was like, "Yeah, two." I said, "Okay, you want to travel?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Where do you want to travel to?" So we started going down the list. And after we got down to about 5 or 6 until he couldn't come up with any more answers, I said, "All right, your two kids through college." So again, it just hit him. He was just like, "Damn." And I was like, you're looking at 100,000 as a lot of money because you're looking at it from. I was like, "What's the most amount of money you ever made?" He was like 70,000. Said you're looking at it from a $70,000 perspective. When you get to
Mm.
100,000, nothing's gonna change. Things will change minor, like your woman and then wife is gonna want nicer things. Women are high maintenance. You gotta, she's gonna want to go to the salon a lot more. She's gonna want to get her nails done. She's gonna want a nicer place, maybe. All of that. So your money's gonna increase. You're still gonna be living that 70,000 just at $100,000. So you're gonna, instead of shopping at the grocery store, you're gonna be shopping at Whole Foods. But nothing significant is gonna change. And that's why we always talk about, you hear Grant say this, I say this, you have to tie your goals into something that is going to be life changing. And that includes your happiness. That includes things that you want out of life, not only on the financial side, but all around. That's why we talk about massive goals, not short, small goals that are attainable, but big goals and then actionable plans that's going to be able to get you there.
That was that was a good outlook right there. That was good. Yes. So does anybody
Beautiful.
want to chime in and respond to that?
Yes, Antoinette, I want to thank you. This is Dr. Claudine. Thank you for inviting me to be on a panel today.
Yes. No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love what Danny just said, and then I appreciate the question Arthur was asking if money is issue. I produced a video called "The Money is Innocent, but the behavior of the people is where the problem is." So people behave crazy, people behave differently according to how much money they have, according to the mindset of scarcity, according to the way they grow up thinking about money. So, and then you suffer a lot when you have a boss who have an issue with money. They make you suffer because they are dealing with whatever they are dealing with. They throw everything on you because they have a power over you. So, can money buy happiness? Yes, money buy happiness all the time. People who talk about this, let me use the Bible. The scripture said that money answer all things, including happiness, including everything you need in your life. And people who talk most of the time that man doesn't buy happiness is because of the issue, the mindset they grow up with, because of the buying behavior for um, people who lie to us in our spiritual leaders. I'm Christian and I have background in the Catholic. However, in Christianity, sometimes they teach us that you don't need the money to go to heaven because they keep repeating that most of the time we believe in the myth. It's a myth. Money buy happiness because if we don't have money, all of us here, if we didn't have money to put in our phone, I'm telling you to have internet access, there is no way we were going to be here in this clubhouse. And if you think that money doesn't buy happiness, try to be broke, try to miss opportunity to pay rent, and then when your landlord kick you out of the house, and then we will talk. Money amplifies who you are. If you have an issue dealing with people, of course, when you get money, you will keep having that issue. So money, really, money. The way I see money is a nature. It's up to who has that money. That's why I wish good people they can have more money. So because when good people have more money, they will do good. They will do more good in the world. So that's my conclusion. Can money buy happiness? 100%. God bless.
Thank you so much for your outlook. Is it Dr. Claudine? I hope I said it right.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Claudine. I recorded a song. I forget that. I recorded a song called, it's a hip hop song, talk about how money is the power in spirit, the power in physical. When people don't have money, they spend too much time begging, praying, asking God to give them money. So really money is beyond of a physical thing. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Claudine. Okay,
Is it?
so who
Hi,
hasn't spoken yet?
Can I speak?
this is Shelly. Can I talk
Oh,
next?
Okay, yes. So we always do ladies first. So we're gonna do Shelly and then it's Jay Danny.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying this topic. I really appreciate everyone sharing their thoughts here. I just felt like sharing something because I know that the question here is, can money buy happiness? And I think personally, my take on this is because personally in my life, I spent a lot of time chasing money, and ignoring a lot of other areas in life. Okay. So what I personally learned that I do not deny the fact in any sense that money is not important, because if that was the case, probably I would not be in this room right now talking, because I would have no time in life and I would be still chasing money. Just because enough money is there, now we are talking about the happiness part here. So I want to share with you that if you're looking for money because you think that is going to make you happy, and that is only going to make you happy, that's a wrong, not the best approach to look at it. Absolutely, money is important. I would never deny that. But instead of happiness, if we can aim for positive optimism, what happens is during negative emotional states, a positively optimistic person will remain committed to the outcome. They will see a bright future ahead even when they experience a setback, a rejection, or a loss. Okay? They accept negative emotions like sadness in the moment, and they worry state. And that's so crucial. And look, we all get sad, and sadness has its own gifts of learning and self-discovery. But we tend to avoid that. We always avoid sadness. And positive optimism accepts sadness while knowing that it's temporary and more blissful states will come. But thinking that money is the only thing that is going to get you that, that's not the right way to look at it. And there is so many different things said about happiness. And I just sometimes feel that we tend to confuse the word happiness itself and what it really means, and happiness is a state change. Positive optimism, on the other hand, it is like a stage evolution. We are talking about really evolving as a being like that, so that it's not like like stage can change, right? But on the other hand, they are permanent and irreversible. I hope you get my point here. So basically, the point I'm trying to make here, for everyone here, is that positive optimism is the way to look at it. Instead of we thinking, okay, some days, just because I have this, I'm happy. I don't have this, I'm unhappy. That state is not the best. And I think somebody earlier shared about a balanced life. I think that is the biggest take for me in my life, that if you can balance different areas of life and not just focus on one aspect. And if you're thinking that only if I had all the money in the world, I got everything, and you're ignoring your relationships, you're ignoring your spiritual aspect of life, you're ignoring your health completely. If you're doing those things, chances are very high you're not getting the true happiness, because happiness is really within. It is something when you're truly in touch with your soul. You feel true joy within, and having money is a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Thank you for that.
Yes, that was a good outlook right there. So I think we had Jay Danny next.
Real quick, we gonna be shutting this down in about 10 minutes. So, if we could get the shares down to like maybe a minute or two, we'll be able to get at least through everybody that haven't spoke yet. But before we do that, y'all can follow the Good Vibes Only Club at the top. Just tap that little green house you see at the top. Follow Good Vibes Only Club. Become a member. We'll be bringing a lot more rooms to you, different topics, special events, networking and connecting rooms, and just just continuing to make your clubhouse experience the best. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for everybody that came in that's not here no more, but we appreciate everybody time, space, and energy, and all of the perspectives and all of the stories and everything that we heard tonight. Thank you so much for that. But we're gonna keep this going for about another 10 minutes, and then we will be shutting down momentarily. So whoever wants to take it, you got the mic.
I think we had Jay Danny next. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All
Can you
right.
hear
Go
me?
right ahead.
Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting topic. Everyone brought up some good points. I will not be long, but I wanted to say that when I look at, the topic of the room, can money buy happiness? I will say yes. I've had to learn that it does not buy a perfect life. Um, I've been broke. I've been on food stamps. And now I'm at the point to where I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life. And there's a convenience that comes along with having money. You can buy things you want. You don't have to second guess. You could take a trip. I mean, there's so many things that comes along with having the means to do so, right? I was happy when I bought my home. I was happy when I was able to make purchases that in the past I could not make. But I will say this, can money buy happiness does not need to be confused with money buying a perfect life. Um, Even with money, I found that things can go wrong. I was sad when I didn't have money, and I was sad when I had money. And, when I found myself in these dark places and just trying to get through life, because life kind of does not care if you have money or if you don't have money. I mean, you could have tons of money and still have cancer. You could lose your mom and be the richest man in the world, right? And so on and so on. So um, I've had to learn that it's not going to buy a perfect life. So at the end, you're going to have some type of substance, some type of control, some type of balance, and wherever that comes from, whether it be religion or what have you, because I think Doctor said it. Money will bring out the true you. You have an addictive personality, and you're a gambler or a drug addict. You get more money, guess what? You're gambling more. You get more money, guess what? You're going to the strip club more. You get more money, you get more drugs. So it can ruin your life, and therefore the happiness is gone. But I think there has to be there's nothing wrong with having money. I've always, even when I was the brokest point in my life, if I saw a guy with the Ferrari, good for you. I never hated on you. It just inspired me. I didn't look down on you. If you're an evil person with money, I mean that's just your character. But I just wanted to bring that point that it does buy happiness. It does buy convenience. You're able to buy things, the home of your dreams. But even if you're able to get the wife of your dreams, sometimes you don't know what if she's with you just because you have the money, and that's a whole nother issue. So I think P Diddy said it best: more money, more problems, and sometimes that is true. So
Of course, you know she's with you with the money.
so
Who
so
doesn't?
I wouldn't say all women are like that, but with more money, you got to move different. And I'll give you an example of my life. I was more showy when I didn't have money, when I was still trying to come up. And that's honest to God. Once I really got my hands about millions of dollars, I'm not gonna sit up here in front to maneuver, make purchases. That was the going into a designer store. I woke up early in the morning to go into that store before anyone else was in the mall. And then I would come out and I would go home. When I didn't have it, if I had to save up for it for 6 months, I wanted to walk around with that bag. I wanted to show people that bag. But now I'm kind of in the background. I don't really, um, I'm not out there like that. But one thing I can tell you, and I'm in here. Um, I found that even with money, it's like there's something peaceful about going to a coffee shop on a Saturday morning and getting a cup of coffee and just sitting down and having peace. And everything doesn't have to be so extravagant and just showy and everything like that. You start to really figure out once you get through all the mess, right? You start to really figure out, okay, I got money, but what I thought would make me happy is not making me happy and it's causing more damage to my life. And this actually makes me happy. I like coming to the park. No matter if I got money in the bank, I like coming to the park with a cup of coffee and just walking through the park. As simple as that may sound, as lame as that may sound to other people, you do what makes you happy. Because the money's not gonna make you 100% happy. You got to be happy with yourself. So I'm Jay Danny. I'm done speaking.
Amen to that. That is so true. I feel like money can buy you a temporary feeling of happiness, but true happiness comes from within. So I agree with you
Look,
on
you need to find happiness in small things. For example, I'm happy that I pee. Look,
that.
like
All
this.
right. So we got trolls in the house. All
Oh, wow.
right. So, yes. But anyway, thank you so much, Jay Danny. I appreciate your take on everything. We got Tyrone. You want to
Yeah,
share?
you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah,
All right.
so Antoinette, hello again. Crown,
Hey.
honey, what's up? So, money is an enabler of experiences, and it's a catch 22 because it gives you the opportunity to live your life or destroy your life. And, happiness for one person is defined differently than it is for someone else. Because there can be someone, like Jay Danny says, before he started making money, there could be someone who is in that position, who is in that position where they don't have all this money, though they have what they need and they're happy, right? And there may be others that think they need all this money to get all this other stuff and then they'll be happier. And I can tell you, for most, that's not the case. And the other thing is, the reason why more money brings more problem is because people don't know how to manage money. They don't know how to use money. And what happens is they get more and they buy more expensive stuff, which they have to maintain. No, they get on the street and see somebody else with more money and they think, well, I need more money to get to that person's level too, right? So understanding your own definition of happiness and where your comfort is, your threshold for comfort is, where you can say, I am comfortable with this, I am okay with this, right? And I can live without any question in myself, or that's fine. Though again, there are some that think they have to this expectation, yeah, we have to keep going for more and more and more and more, though that more doesn't really give you happiness. It just enables more things, and more opportunities for you. But I think ultimately it comes down to how you decide to live with the money you have. Tyrone, reserving my other thoughts for the future.
All right. Thank you so much for that share, Tyrone. Okay, so if anybody else want to share, feel free to jump in. We are getting ready to close the room down in about, I believe, 7 minutes. So we want to make sure everybody get a chance to speak. So if you can maybe take 30 seconds per person That would be
Yeah.
good. So, who do we have next that wants to
Uh,
speak?
I got
Ryan
30.
Kelly. This
Okay,
Ryan.
so Ryan Callie and who else?
Royal.
Royal. All right, so we got Ryan, Kelly, and Royal. So go ahead, Ryan.
I'll just say really quickly, I do believe that money can buy you happiness. And I heard other people, a lot of people talk, but you don't need a lot of money to be happy. If pepper makes me happy, then I'm gonna spend a buck, and and I'm gonna be happy for however long that Dr. Pepper lasts. I think the issue with the money comes or happiness comes is the expectation that the expectation of how long the happiness will last. They think because you have all this money, your happiness is gonna last longer, and that puts a strain and a frustration on someone's life because when it doesn't last, they're trying to figure out why. And it's not, and happiness doesn't last, joy lasts. So you got to find what is joyful in your life, what will last in your life, that will bring about, a long term happiness or joy versus thinking that money is going to bring you a long term or everlasting joy. So I'm going to just say that.
That was a good take right there. So thank you so much, Ryan, for giving your take on everything. And we got Royal next, and then I see Miriam, if I'm saying it right. I don't know if Miriam wanted to share, but she might.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do Royal and then Miriam.
Yes, yes. How you doing, Antoinette? I love you, honey. I love you, Crown Royal. What's up, my dog? Clubhouse
Hey.
only, baby. It's always so good to see y'all in the place to be. What I really have to share, and then I'll surrender the mic, is that self is the only real surefire win. So, being on here and sharing is nostalgia. So I would do things like buy a goddamn Game Boy Color just to go back for a couple minutes, and whatever monetary whatever that would mean is what it'll be. So I just wanted to share that I I was seeking a lot outside of myself for things like happiness and awareness, and I didn't have to look very much further than the mirror. So I surrender the mic with that. Love y'all. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for the space.
Yeah, shout out to you, Royal man.
Yeah,
You've
shout
been
out to you, Royal.
supporting and rocking with GVO, the Good Vibes Only, for a while, man. So it's good to see
You
you again,
already.
man. It's always good energy, always good vibes, man. We appreciate it. And I guess whoever next could take the mic.
Miriam. We got Miriam next.
Hi, this is Miriam speaking. So I'm probably gonna say what is not popular. I haven't been in here for that long, so I don't know if this is a majority of what people are saying, but I think money definitely buys you happiness because I mean, you could be sad without money and you could be sad with money, but I want to be sad with money. And maybe I'm the
Thank you.
best horseback rider in the fucking world, but I'm not going to know that if I'm at work 9 to 5 busting my ass living paycheck to paycheck and I don't have time to have hobbies like horseback riding and I'm never taking lessons and I'm never going to know that I might be the best horseback rider in the world and that'll make me the happiest person. I'm never going to know that if I'm working like a freaking slave 9 to 5 24/7. So, yeah, I think money does buy you happiness and I'd rather, if I'm gonna be sad and cry myself to sleep, I'd rather be sad on my big, comfy ass king size bed. So that's just me.
Bam.
Ooh, she was straight to the point with that.
To the point.
Yeah, whoever else wanna answer this question, feel free to jump in.
All right, guys, I shared a story a little earlier, but I think I probably left out some important parts that got me misunderstood. I didn't say that like money was the problem, and that's what led me not to be happy. But I think it it just while removing myself from the equation a little, taking money out of the equation, it actually led me to actually think about the problems that I actually had within myself, and then I went back in when I recognized what it was. Well, now I'm working on getting that money again because I found out that money wasn't the issue and that will buy happiness because it will bring everybody around me, well, more pleasure, more comfort, and my nephews, my nieces, more opportunity for them for the future. So I just wanted to share that. I don't want to take too much time, and thank you.
I just
Definitely.
wanted I just wanted to share a quick quote
Oh
that
yeah,
I,
no
that I
problem.
read on Facebook. Some people are so poor, the only thing they have is money. You just
No, you cannot be poor and then have money. No, it's impossible.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get the metaphor in that. Definitely.
Who
Yeah.
wrote that quote? Who wrote that quote? I'm going to Google that person. This is Dr.
no.
Kobe. I'm going
I
to
don't.
Google that person and then ask him if he has money. I'm going to Google him.
Thank you, thank you.
Definitely. Hey, real quick before we pass it to the next person, if you new into the room, this is Good Vibes Only GVO bringing you this topic today. Can money buy happiness? Just take a quick second to press that green little house you see at the top and follow our club, Good Vibes Only, where we'll continue to bring you great topics, special rooms like our GVO Talks with segment where we bring in celebrities and have talks with them and just dig deep into different things, different aspects of their life in the entertainment and music business. We'll also be bringing back our networking and connecting rooms where you can, build and find the things that you may need for your business, your career, and your journey to your success. And also, you can follow our official Instagram for Good Vibes Only. That's GVO underscore Good Vibes Only. And that's vibes with a Z as in zebra. You can also follow me, follow Crown. You can follow Antoinette and all of the dope moderators that's in here. And you can follow the speakers too. And if they resonate with you, definitely tap in with them. And you can also follow us on Instagram as well to also stay connected. And Antoinette, you want to run that Instagram again?
Yes, yes. So definitely give us a follow on our official Instagram page. That's at GVO underscore Clubhouse. So that's GVO underscore Clubhouse. So you guys can definitely stay updated on what's next. We got some more great guests coming to our platform, great events and things. So we want you guys to stay tapped in. So definitely do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had said the wrong Instagram. Yeah, it's GVO underscore Clubhouse. My bad on that. And we're going to keep this thing going for a few more minutes so everybody can get 30 minutes to 1 minute to share what they feel about this question. Can money buy happiness? And whoever didn't get a chance to speak yet, you could definitely unmute your mic on this question.
Hi, I'm Exella. Not too much, just chilling. The money, yes and no. I think it's a double-edged sword. Buy you comfort, it can buy you luxury, yes, but I think long term, I think it comes from within yourself. But yeah, I'd much rather do that and sitting in a throne happiness.
That definitely makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you know, yeah, definitely give you like a feeling of, I guess, happiness, if you want to say is that. It could be you just euphoria. It could be you just feel good, but it may not be quote unquote happiness as we would all like, which is to just be at peace, within yourself, within your mind and your soul and your spirit, just to know that waking up in the morning and breathing, of happiness, just waking up in the morning and breathing and knowing that I have a soul. Yeah, that makes sense, but on what they feel. But thanks for that. Anyone else wanna share real quick before we wrap up?
I
I
just
want
I
to share
just want to
something.
say one
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
go
wait.
ahead. My
Let's
bad.
go to Ellie,
Yeah,
and,
sure.
and then yeah, and then who was that? Jay.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so
I
Ellie,
spoke
then
to.
Jay, and then and Shamika. All right, Ellie, Jay, and then Shamika.
Yeah. So my perspective is like the first thing that comes to mind for me, um, is just looking at like what money is. Like money, like however you make it, it's basically like putting like a magnifying glass. It's just like based on how you feel and what you think about yourself and your life and like all that stuff. And so it's just like the way that you make money, I think is what's really important here, because I think it's like depending on what you're doing in your life that's bringing you money, like depending on how you feel about what you're doing, like I feel like that's like such, it's so vital to like your happiness. And so I think that like depending on what that is, like if you're doing what you love and you're doing like the way that the money's coming in is like something that makes you feel good and like just you're happy for that, then in that case I would say yes, like it's all it's all like connected, right? So like if that's a part of your, if you're happy with the way that you're making your money, then like you should be happy. And like, you know, then I would say yeah, money can buy happiness. But if you're doing stuff that like doesn't make you happy, then like you're just not going to be happy. And so it's like doesn't really matter, the money does not matter if you're not happy. So that's just what comes to mind for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes
Yeah,
sense.
that
I
does.
like everybody's perspective. It definitely is. I mean, a lot of us seem like we are on the same page, and some of us have a a pretty different perspective. But I really appreciate that, Ellie. Thank you so much for that. My guy just came in. My guy Bomani X just came in.
Hey,
If you're there,
Bomani.
Bomani, man, I would love to know your answer to this question, man. Can money buy happiness?
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Uh, the short answer is no for me. I think, but I do think that like that money necessarily could buy like access or resources that can eventually like find your source of your personal source of happiness. If like if things about like family or your relationship at its core is like things that or your creativity or music makes you happy and like money particularly like gives you necessarily tools or understanding or just the opportunity to explore that side of you more and that freedom more, which in turn can make you more happy. I think there's definitely that's a valid point and sentiment, but I think just like the core itself of like just assuming that the money alone is what's bringing it. No, I don't agree with that.
That's a good perspective.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's coming from kind of like the same perspective that I was coming from earlier because we're in the same industry, music and entertainment. So I think it's just like when you're in a business like that and you're around so much of these successful people and celebrities and you're around this lifestyle, it helped you to start like kind of like breaking things down to a molecular structure. It's like you break every bit and piece of it down. Like, damn, is this really gonna make me happy? And you start to just question things. And then when you start to like, get money, and then you start to get fame and these different things that a lot of us wanted when we were kids, you start to see it from kind of behind the door. I would say, like behind the door. Like the house can look beautiful on the outside. It could just be amazing, but there can be a whole different story behind the door, like once you get in the house. So that's kind of what I learned. And then being around a lot of celebrities and just seeing and feeling like an energy of unhappiness from a lot of them. And you're like, wow, all of this fame and all of this money. And you could just feel that they're unhappy. And then, they're like buying away their pain or buying away their trauma with materials. And then even substances, a lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs, cocaine, ecstasy, all these different things, and trying to escape because they really are not happy, but they thought they would be happy until they got the money that a lot of people think may buy happiness. But there's people out here getting that kind of money, billions, millions, all like got everything they want, but they're still empty. So I think it's within. you gotta create happiness within, and you are the only person that can make you happy, but you can't. I don't believe you can actually buy it. You know what I mean? So thanks a lot for that, Bomani. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
then we had
No, Crown, what you are saying is different because if you are a superstar, you have a lot of money, you get exposure to many people. Many people who need your money. Those people not necessarily that they love you, they just come to you because they need your money. So they will stress you up. You will be stressed up. So that is different from money can buy happiness. Maybe if you say that whatever money bring to you bring happiness, that was going to be
Yeah,
another
that's true.
talk.
yeah, yeah. But as I said before, it's like okay, if it's like a temporary a temporary happiness, quote unquote, for the moment that you're buying, and then it wears out. Is it like, can you really say it's happiness? I think that that happiness has the like you have to choose that happiness like within yourself, like mentally, spiritually, like you have like I just don't I understand what you're saying that you can, buy things and you can create, a sense. I would say a sense of happiness or a feeling of happiness. Feelings come and go. You know what I mean? It's like when you buy that new car, right? It feels amazing. You happy, but drive that car for about 2, 3 weeks. It's not gonna feel the same. It's just gonna feel like, all right, I got a car. You know what I mean? And that happiness you felt, or whatever you felt, that euphoria, that dopamine, whatever it is gone. You know what I'm saying? But only you can keep yourself happy. Like you literally can
Mm-hmm.
can keep yourself happy. You know what I'm saying? Like those things that just give you like a short term effect. But
It's kind of
you
like
have to
it
create the
buys
long
a
term.
temporary feeling of a temporary feeling of happiness, but real
Yeah.
real happiness comes from within. Like it starts with you and your mindset.
This
Yeah.
So
is
That's what
sorry.
I feel. I'm sorry.
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Was it Shamika that was
I
next?
think
I
we was
believe,
supposed to go
right?
to
No, it was actually Jay. He didn't get a chance to
Oh,
speak.
okay.
So
well,
Jay can speak
we usually
first.
do ladies first in the room. So if Jay
Okay.
wanna yield it to Shamika and then he go, then we can vibe with that.
Yeah, Miriam, I
Okay.
think wanted to respond after Jay. So okay.
Okay, yeah. So Mariam can respond after Jay. And thanks again to Bomani for coming through, man. We appreciate that.
Okay. So I believe what she actually believed. You have to be mentally. Money could buy happiness. You have to be able to adapt to the situation. You have to live both lifestyles from the bottom and the up. So then you'll be able to adapt to the situation instead of, you know, you worrying about you losing your money, then you're stressing about that, or versus you trying to get money, so you're in the middle of the middle of it. So money could buy you happiness. You have to be mentally stable. Like I feel like in and righteous without. But if you're like you, a stress, any stress can come in your happiness. But if you mentally stable areas, then I don't feel you'll be able to survive. So I know how to maintain you happiness for certain reasons, but I also feel like it only don't buy you happy to adapt to a new situation or something for a moment of time, but then it'll go away. Like you said, buy a new car, and then eventually it'll go away. But if you know how to adapt, you'll be appreciative whatever you get that comes along.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Great perspective. Great perspective. Wow, we got a lot of great perspectives, and
Definitely.
that was dope, Shamika. We really appreciate that. And we gonna go to Jay. What's up, Jay?
What's good? What's good? What's good? I like how she just put that, and that's very important. I think that your mental space is very important, whether you money or a lot of money. I've seen that. Excuse me. It buys comfort the most. You know what I mean?
I would put the pandemic, for example. Like some people was quarantined and they was in a rough situation, and some people was quarantined and it was basically vacation. You know what I mean? Because they had the money to put themselves and their family in comfortable positions. So not as much as happiness, but I think that it provides comfort and time to do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? If you work in a job, you're working a job to get the money. But if you have the money, you're doing whatever you want to do with your time, and that makes you comfortable. You know what I mean? And just being mentally able to handle that, whether you have it or not, like the young lady said before me, that's important. And money is also relative. You know what I mean? We all could get money today, and you could get a large amount of money, but you can still be like, damn, I don't want to tell everybody I got this because everybody gonna have their hand out. And you can get enough money where you can be like, fuck it, I got enough to take care of everybody. Excuse my French, but that amount of money where you could just give everybody whatever they want. You know what I mean? So it's also relative, and that has, put into perspective what is money to you. And that's all I gotta say.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep right there. Wow. Great perspective on that, Jay. Wow. And real quick, once again, everybody that's rocking in here with us, we really appreciate all of you that's here, all of you that just came in. You are here with Good Vibes Only, GVO, Good Vibes Only. We want everybody, if you want to follow by the speaker section, and everybody down in the others in the room section, just scroll up to the top, pull your screen down to refresh, and go up and click that little green house, Good Vibes Only, and follow our club and become a member. That way you will have access to all of the great rooms that we'll be doing. We'll be doing different topics. We'll be doing our GVO Talks with segment where we bring in celebrities and have in-depth conversations with them. And we will also be doing our networking and connecting rooms where you can come and build on your business and your brand. So definitely make sure you follow that club up there. You also can follow the moderators and definitely follow myself, Crown, and follow Antoinette and all of our other dope moderator family up here. And also, when you follow us, make sure you click that bell. Hit that follow button, click the bell, and put it on always so you'll be notified every time we do rooms or create spaces. And don't stop there. Click on our profiles, go to our Instagram, follow us there. If you have any questions or you want to stay in touch, just send us a DM and let's all connect. And we'll leave this open for a little bit longer because we have new people that came in and we'd definitely love to hear some new perspectives. So if you're down there in the others in the room section, followed by the speaker section, just press that hand raise button and come on up. We'd like you to come up and we want to hear your perspective on this question. Can money buy happiness? So if you want to be a part of this conversation, just press that hand raise and also press that plus sign down at the bottom by your mic and ping in your people. Press that plus sign and we're going to ping in our people to keep this conversation going a little bit longer before we close down. And with that said, anybody else that want to jump in, feel free to take the mic. Can money buy happiness?
This
And
is
make sure
Mark.
you state your name before you speak, just for the hearing impaired. Thanks a lot.
This is Mark. Can I speak?
Yes, you can, Mark.
Thank you very much, Crown. I'm Mark. I'm an actor in Montreal, French Canadian. And when you say can money buy happiness, well, for me, money can buy freedom to be at peace, you know. Um, I'm not a materialistic person, but when you have, like now, I'm struggling, you know, I'm an actor, I was a flight attendant, but today I heard they're probably hiring a new flight attendants at Air Canada Jazz. And but my main passion is being an actor. And for me, um, I don't know if you guys are gonna understand. If you don't understand, just ask me questions and I will answer them. Because when we're talking about French Canadians, and I specify French Canadians in Montreal, we're completely apart of all the rest of people English speaking in Canada. People in Montreal don't help each other out. They have a big problem with when we talk about money, and even if we have Celine Dion that comes from here,
they're very narrow-minded, so it's very hard to work in Montreal. And it's since I'm it's been about 3 weeks, a month now, I'm on Clubhouse because a director in Montreal that referred me to Clubhouse. And Clubhouse, with all the people that I'm meeting, I mean, it's astonishing. It changed my life and finally created a huge balance for my mental health, because dealing with the French Canadians in Montreal, it became for me a very, very hard to deal with. They're so narrow minded. The word respect, they don't know the meaning of that word. And so it's, and now, I find that what I was always expecting as a vision, dealing with people, with the especially with the anglophones in Canada and the American people, oh my God, we're always on the same path. And that, I'm so thankful for that. But freedom, it's going to create my freedom, because now I'm struggling and I'm always having these huge panic attacks about, because we have a recovery benefit money from Canada, and it's supposed to end up in September. We don't know. And then, am I going to go back on the welfare? What's going to happen with me? But I'm doing everything. I'm walking the talk. I have a coach in English in Montreal. I have another one in New York, which is Tom Todoroff. He's the coach of Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, Samuel Jackson. So I'm doing everything with that money to um, create my future, to always improve my skills as an actor in English. And I would like so much to work in the US. But I'm doing also steps for that also in different rooms. But for me, money is important, to not to acquire things, but to be able to take some training to always becoming a better actor. And that's where money is important for me, because if I would have a lot of money in the bank, I would be so relaxed and having such a great time. So that's all. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing perspective. Amazing perspective. Wow. Yeah, I love that mindset as well. And wow, amazing, Mark. And anyone else, feel free to take the mic and let's hear from you. Melanie, I see you on mic in.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I think even asking the question, can money buy happiness, comes from a real privilege standpoint financially. I mean, I've never heard a hungry person or a homeless person or someone who's in an extreme financial disadvantage ask if money could buy happiness. Because when you don't have money, you can't have even some of the basic things that you need to live. And then when you add, I mean, what do you do that makes you happy that you can do without money? Some people would say, "Oh, I like to take a walk in the woods." How'd you get to the woods? What shoes were you wearing
Thank
that
you.
enabled you to walk in without pain? You know, you read a book. Where'd you get the book? If you want to say you got the book for free, you don't think it costs money to print that book. I mean, there's nothing that humans can do in first world countries without money to sustain their life, period.
Mm, wow. That's a great way to look at it.
I love that. I love that. This is Dr. Claudine. I love Melanie. You highlight the first world country. I was thinking about Africa because I'm from Africa. In Africa, our mean of surviving is not money number one. Is the community. That's why we say it's a take a village to raise a child. It's the humanity. People can live a month without touching currency, without touching money, what we call money, because of family, because of extending family, because of our community structure of the community. If you want to eat, you go to your friend, you eat there. If they want to eat, they come to your place. So Africa, most of African people, they are joyful, they are happy, not because they don't have money or because they have money. They are happy because of the structure for Africa, even though they call it the third world. However, in America and in Europe, the first thing is money. Like you said, the first thing, the mean of living, surviving in the first world is the money, obviously. So when you don't have money, you don't survive. When we see statistics of family which break up is because of money. Children who grow up in is family abusive is because of money. Women who stay with abusive husband is because of money. Somebody said girls love men because of money. So if that girl has the money, I don't know, that will be the conversation we'll be having now. In the first world country, Europe, America, the mean of surviving is money, obviously. So we need the money to move on in everything we do. I'm done speaking. Thank you, Dr. Claudine.
Yes, we've
Thank you,
created
Dr.
a
No.
culture. I'm so sorry. Sorry. No, we created a culture this way. We created a culture that makes everyone rely on money. And then we ask why people are cutthroat or why we're capitalist or why people are materialistic because we've created a world in which if you don't have money, if you don't have materials in a first world country, especially the US, you can't survive. I mean, it's just a vicious cycle, in my opinion.
True.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
and nobody's saying that money buys happiness as in it has to be based on material things. Like if you have money, you have the luxury of time. You can do things with that time. You can go volunteer. You can go to Africa and build a well with your money. You can do things. You if you like Crown, you're a producer, you're a musician. You can go on the weekends to the YMCA and teach underprivileged kids about music, and that can make you happy. But if you're working like a slave 9 to 5, 24/7, you coming home from work tired as hell, and you're not gonna have the time or mental capacity to even want to do those things that might make you the happiest fucking person in the world. But you don't know, you never had the chance to figure that out because you always working like a freaking slave. So money, yes, I think money can buy you happiness. It lets you have the luxury and privilege and freedom to find out what exactly even makes you happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just a
Melanie,
Definitely.
few.
Yeah.
That's true. I
Yeah.
agree.
to help
I
other
agree
people,
Hey,
with
it
Crown.
give
Hey,
you
okay. Go ahead.
fulfillment.
Crown.
It give you not
Antoinette,
only
Crown.
joy and
Hold
happiness,
on.
it
Hold on
give
one
you.
second.
Okay.
Antoinette,
Okay.
Crown.
Listen.
Real quick.
Okay.
I brought up Mariam. She's part of the 10X movement. She speaks alongside Grant.
Okay.
If this is her subject. That's why I pinged her in.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. She can
Go ahead,
cause
Mariam.
we was just getting ready to go to the next person, but you can go ahead, Miriam. Definitely.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maryam Isa Al Ali, and I have a purpose. I help others embrace their authentic self to serve a bigger purpose. Everything I do in my life, from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to sleep at night, is in service of something bigger than who I am. It's such an honor for me to be in this room in your presence today because I don't believe this is an accident.
Welcome, Mariam. Thank
Thank you,
you. So
guys.
tell
Thank you,
us what you
Miriam.
Oh,
think
Thank
about.
you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miriam.
so what do
Thank
I
you,
What
think
what
Miriam.
did
about
you
what?
want to say? Yeah, what did you want to say, Mariam, about the topic when it comes to can money buy happiness?
Well, here is the thing about money. Okay, money again. One thing I understood from Grant Cardone, and I'm so grateful for him to enlighten me about this. Money gives you options. Money gives you freedom, but it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get happy. Think about it, guys. If you guys have been working in the corporate world for a while, every month when you get when there is that check that hits your account, and you are so excited, oh my God, it hit my bank account. You got that shot of dopamine, but that shot of dopamine maybe lasts for a few minutes, maybe 1 hour, and then that money goes to the bank, goes to that vehicle, goes to the mortgage. So what is happiness in that? For me, money is a result of you living your purpose. Money is a result of you living your purpose. Is not the reason you go to work, is not the reason you show up every single morning. I believe that blessings come to people who actually walk toward their purpose. I'm someone who actually worked in the corporate world for, like, again, I'm telling you, 6 figures. Everybody looks at my life, amazing cars, beautiful jewelry. I can travel wherever I want. I live in the best, one of the best cities in the world. I live in Dubai. Like, I have everything. I have everything that everybody looks at and dreams about. But that, and I can afford anything I want. But again, hey, where is happiness in that? 8 years I was in finance, guys. Finance, like closing the books of big banks. But I've never felt happiness was not there. Money was there, growing every single year. Yes, for sure. But the day I found my purpose, September 4th of 2015, everything else shifted. I changed my life from finance and accounting to learning and development. And when I did, not only at that time I get promoted twice in less than 6 months, I also opened my own training center that generates my revenues right now. And I left the corporate world like a while ago. And to be honest with you, yes, money comes, but it's not gonna buy you happiness. It's gonna give you a shot of dopamine for sure. But until you know what is your definite purpose in life is, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, without a clear purpose on how to spend it, you're not gonna be happy. That's my perception about it. Thank you for allowing me to take the stage.
This is Mark. I agree with you, Marianne. But like money is gonna bring you the freedom, like I said before. But we have to use money as an energy, and for the happiness, once we have all the energy we need, we're gonna find the happiness on working within ourselves, with our inner world, find our purpose. Um, have self-respect for us and self-love first, and then we'll be able, to put our actions. We're gonna walk the talk by doing the good inspired actions when we're connected to our soul, and when we discover our life mission. But the money is gonna help us just for the freedom to do.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that point, Mark. Actually, right now I'm not in Dubai. I am in Miami. I've been here for a couple of months working on my business. I'm also staying here for a few more months. Yeah, sure. Like again, money is giving me stability and freedom. But if I didn't have a reason for me not to be here, I wouldn't even spend it. I would just go ahead and have that lavish life that I've been used to in Dubai. I'm putting myself in so uncomfortable positions to live my purpose, because when you live your purpose, you can serve more people. But yes, I hear
Exactly.
you. I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. Money gives you that kind of.
when
For
we
that,
go
Mark.
when we go in a restaurant or a cafe or whatever we are, just have gratitude that you're having a nice soup, a nice coffee with with nice people, having a nice conversation. I'm always having gratitude for those simple things.
Yes.
Hi, this
Absolutely, 100%.
hey this
Ma-
this is this is this is Brandon. And first off, I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity. Great room, Crown. And I just want to say I agree with Maryam. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Please correct me if I did. But
You said it perfectly. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Okay, yes, I agree. Like money can provide you, but then after that, what are you left with? Money can provide you the opportunity to do things like, take wonderful vacations and live a luxurious life. But if you're not if you're not taking those vacations with the people that you want to take them with, if you're not living that luxurious life with the people who you want to live it with, are you really happy? You could feel good about being able to do those things in the moment, but if you're not spending it with the people that you want to spend it with, then you're not really happy. If you're not doing the things that you really want to do, which you feel is your purpose, are you really happy? And in my opinion, no, I don't think so. So I just wanted to add those my little 2 cents in, because I agree with Mary Ann. Thank you. This is Brandon, and I'm done speaking.
the quickest way to be happy, like Marianne was saying, she's using money to fulfill her purpose. And then Miriam also, she said that when you have a purpose beyond of yourself, when you help somebody, we use money to help other people. When you help somebody, you be fulfilled, and then you have infinite joy and happiness. So money help us to fulfill our purpose. When people have money, they don't do nothing except focusing on themselves, which is kind of selfish. That's where they have a trouble. But when you have money and you help other people, you use your money to do good, more good. You are not only happy, you are joyful, and then you are fulfilled. I don't know how God created this, but if you really want to be fulfilled, help somebody else. Use your money to do good. This is Dr. Claudine. I'm done speaking.
Thank you, Doctor. We just gonna do a real quick reset.
All right.
For all the new people that's in. We see all the beautiful people in the follow by the speaker section, all the beautiful people down in the others in the room section, all the beautiful people on the stage. Just take a quick second to scroll up to the top, pull your screen down, let it refresh, and follow the Good Vibes Only Club. You see that little greenhouse up at the top that says Good Vibes Only? Tap that and follow our club and become a member. That way you will have access and exclusive, just, I mean, vibes. That's what we give out. We give out vibes. You had exclusive vibes when you join the club. And we do a lot of things with Good Vibes Only GVO. We do networking and connecting rooms. We also have our GVO Talks with segment where we bring in celebrities and have in-depth conversations. We will be having special events here. Also, great topics like we got going on tonight. So definitely follow that club, and also just follow the moderators. You can follow myself, Crown, tap my profile, follow me, and you can tap Antoinette profile as well. Click hers, follow her. And when you follow us, just make sure you put on the bell. So when you hit that follow button, click the bell next to it and put it on always, so you'll always be notified whenever we open up rooms and curate spaces like this, where we can hear great perspectives from wonderful people like we have on our stage, and like we have moderated, giving great perspectives and great insight. And lastly, I would say press that plus sign. Everyone in the room, just tap that plus sign and invite all your people in. Just press that plus sign and start tapping some faces of your friends or business partners, whoever, family, whoever you know in this app that's active right now, so they could come in and have some vibes and dialect with us right now, and some dialogue, because we talking about a great topic that will affect a lot of us throughout our lifetime as we continue to take our journey through life, to success and wealth. And lastly, if you are in the audience and you want to come up to the stage, just press that hand raise button and come on up. If you in that followed by the speaker section, or if you in the others in the room section and you want to come up and participate in this conversation, that's all you got to do is press that hand raise button and we will bring you up. And you can press that whenever you want. Other than that, we're going to keep this show rolling. Oh, go
Continue.
ahead, Antoinette.
Yeah, before we continue, also we want you guys to follow our official Instagram page. So that's GVO underscore Clubhouse. We want you all to stay updated on the dope events and things we have coming pertaining to GVO. Also, like Crown said, be sure to head to the top of the screen where the greenhouse is and follow our official club, because we want you guys to have access to when we do these dope rooms, and definitely tap in with us all on Instagram as well. So we're gonna continue popcorn style. Before you speak, just state your name and your comment as well, because we might have hearing impaired people. So who was that speaking?
That was me. Good night. My name is Jefferson. So my opinion is money is a reason to bring happiness, and this is what I think. I think money is just like an automobile. When you have an automobile, you can like, I'm comparing it so you will guys see later what I mean by it. The automobile gives you the power to go to places, as well as you can go anywhere you want as long as you got the keys. But it's a big responsibility. You need to put gas. You need to. I think money is the same way. I think it's power, but it's as well as the maturity and responsibility of the individual. I think it can bring happiness if you do it the right way. But what I mean about the right way is, my example, um, if helping others brings joy to you and you have the financially support to help others, to see a smile from other individuals, it brings a lot of joy and happiness. Like if I see a kid who wants a toy that is the same age of mine, a little bit younger, because I'm pretty young, and if I see somebody and say, hey, they really need some clothing or they need toys or anything, and I'm able to provide them with that extra help, it brings a lot of joy and happiness to myself. And as well as it can open a lot of doors for you. And it can also help you to open a lot of doors for your community and for the people who you really want to help. So, the happiness is, if you use it the right way, it can bring a lot of opportunities and it can be such a good resource for you and others. Of course, not everyone thinks that way, but the selfishness is, money brings, at the end of the day, you have a good amount of money, you got a lot of zeros in your account. At the beginning, I mean, it's life. I mean, it's about were you born in that situation or you got there? Because it's still difference between if you were born already in that place, financial place, it's gonna be different if you got there yourself. So the way I said it, if you get there yourself, it's gonna feel pretty. You might be selfish at the beginning, but you will start to get to know of how does it feel to have it and the doors that you can open with it. Other creating different events or different stuff where you can help others and open opportunities for you to succeed and grow as a person or as a company or whatever you're trying to do. So if you do it the right way, money is happiness. If you do it the wrong way, money is going to bring you problems. And you just need to know how to manage it. You really need to know how to, when you have it, where are you going to put it? Where are you going to spend it? And just really think yourself, like, know yourself before and really think where you want to go with all the money. So that's just my opinion. Once again, this is Jefferson, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for that, Jefferson. Definitely.
Yes. All right. So
And
do we have?
we had Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I
Yeah.
believe she was
Oh,
trying to speak.
Emmanuel.
Yeah. Go
Mhm.
ahead,
So,
love.
yeah, this is Emmanuel. So, I wanted to build on what the doctor and I think it was Melania, they basically explained pretty much everything I was about to say. So, I still muted a little longer. But there's something that I lived when I went back to my country in 2019. We went to the village, and having been in America for the past, I don't know, 9 years now, going back there, I was out there complaining how I didn't have service on my iPhone, so I could check on WhatsApp and on Twitter or Snapchat. And those little kids were just there. They didn't have anything. They barely have shoes, like just some very old clothes and everything, but they were happy. They were playing around. They didn't have a care in the world. And it just made me realize of how much, I guess, money doesn't really buy happiness. So it is something that it can definitely allow you to purchase things that will bring happiness to you. So you can, for example, if you have money, you can travel, you can, of course, afford to have a home, afford to have shoes, afford to have everything that I think Melania mentioned. But at the end of the day, money in itself is not equal to happiness, because there are people out there in the world, and I'm not necessarily talking about here, because of course, as Melania explained, we live in such a society that you need money to be happy, because if you don't have money you cannot even eat. And as the doctor explained, in Africa that's not really dynamic. You can still eat and not have money. You can still get, you'll get a hug, you get things that really that you cannot really afford, that you don't really need money for that, because that's just the structure of the society. But definitely the realities here in America are definitely different as well. So yeah, as my point here is that, again, as it has been said countless times since I joined the room, I guess in the past 10 minutes, is that money by itself doesn't equate happiness, but it can definitely buy you the freedom to even think about being happy. So that was Emmanuel once again, and I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Emmanuel. I love that perspective. That was amazing. And yeah, anyone else wants to give some insight? I guess we'll go to Drea. What's up,
Hey,
Drea? What's
hey.
good?
Hey.
We back
Hey,
on
y'all.
yeah, we back
I
on the
see
market, you
y'all.
know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Hey, I'm glad y'all back on, and this is a great topic. No, money cannot buy happiness. There's more to life than just money. Now, yeah, it does make things as far as like everyday life easier to deal with, but it doesn't buy happiness. Money is the root of all evil. That's in the Bible, right? So I mean, I know everybody's religious
No,
beliefs are different.
the love of money, not
The
money,
love.
the love
Wait,
of
wait, wait,
money.
hold on, doctor. We want to just let her finish her thoughts.
Yes. So I
Go
don't
ahead,
believe that. I don't believe that money buys happiness. I believe that, in today's world, everything is all about financial. It's all about materialistic things. People lose sight of love, happiness, morals, respect, loyalty, things like that that was cool back in the day. That doesn't seem like it's cool now. Um, so if I had a choice, I would choose all of that over money. Like, I really would. I've been broke. Y'all know, because y'all, we've been knowing each other for a minute, Crown Antoinette. Like, when I first started on
Yeah.
here, I was facing eviction. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Y'all never would have noticed because I always was happy and because I had other things to fulfill. And now I'm great. You know what I mean? Like, and so I don't know. I just don't believe that money buys happiness. My name is Joy. I yield the floor.
That was a good take. Yes.
Thank
Hello,
you.
everybody.
Hey.
I just want to
Profile.
clarify the scripture. It's the love of money, not money. The love of money, because God tells us to love God first, to put God first before anything else. So they love everything you can love before the love of God. It will be your little God, which God doesn't allow us to do. So the love of money is the root of all evil, because when you love money too much, you start to do bad things, you start to behave differently. So it's the love of money, not the money itself. That's what I wanted to clarify. Thank
Okay.
Money doesn't buy happiness. That's the point. So next.
You have a new. Is
Yeah.
this a new profile you got, Joy?
No, this the same one. I just took masquerade off since the mask mandates and everything was released. So I just kind of just changed everything. And then if you look on my
Okay.
Instagram, that's my personal Instagram now.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I was just looking at your profile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for your feedback, Drea, and it's great to see you. Definitely makes.
Yes, y'all
That's so.
too. I'm glad y'all back up and running. I'm here.
Thank
I'm
you.
here.
Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you
we
so much,
appreciate
Drea.
you. We appreciate you as always, and it's always love.
Yes.
Always.
And
Yes.
I seen some mic flashes. We going. Okay, Keenan, what's going?
Keenan. And we're gonna go Keenan, Giovanni, and Kid Creole.
Wait, wait, hold on. Keenan, Giovanni, Creole, and then Mila and Brian.
Brian. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
Got
so that's two then. So, all right, Keenan, Giovanni, Kid Creole, Mila, and Brian. All right, Keenan, it's on you, bro.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Man, love the topic because this is something that I kind of play around with ideas and concepts when it is that I'm pursuing the life of having more financial freedom. I think about this concept of, am I buying happiness? Or is it that, how I think about money is that it really just enhances who you already are. If you're a jerk, you're just going to be a bigger jerk. If you're a giver, you're just going to be a bigger giver. It just like how Miriam had said at one point in time, it was really just basis upon, saying what purpose does the money serve in your life? Like, I mean, I'm a person right now that I can't say that I have a lot of, saying fine a lot of money in the bank or anything like that. But you know what? I got a lot of love that surrounded me by, the good that it is that I put out in the earth, and what God will have me to do. And I say that to say this is that I find the most complete happiness in being able to give resources and give advice and just give my time and effort to a lot of things. I do believe that acquiring money opens up the freedom of time for me to actually give more of myself and my purpose in life that gives me ultimate complete wholeness within myself. But I always say that happiness is a choice that you make daily. We all go through we all, as humans, no matter if you're saying the wealthiest person or the brokest person, we all go through things that it challenges all of us. And I do believe that having financial resources is important, and but I don't believe that it buys you happiness. That is already a state of mind, regardless of whatever is in your bank account. So thank you guys. I'm done speaking.
Thanks a
Keenan,
lot.
this
Thanks a
is
lot.
Mark. You just gave the same explanation as Oprah Winfrey ever did. That if you're a jerk, you still be a jerk. It all comes from who you are. Money doesn't change you. I totally agree.
Thanks a lot for that, Keenan. That was a great perspective. It's a lot of great perspectives on this question, and it's just showing me the uniqueness in everyone's like thought patterns, and we definitely thank you for that, Keenan. And we're gonna keep it going because we'll be shutting down momentarily, but we're gonna get through all the last people, and then we'll be back up with another topic tomorrow. So we're gonna go to Giovanni. What's up, Giovanni?
Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? Good.
Pretty
Well,
Yes.
good.
I think I'm gonna share something that I listen to every day because I came from a dark place in regards with money. But this message that I listen to every day is something that you guys I think will have all your answers to. So it's something that means a lot to me. Here. Take everything and think, oh, I want this, I want that. I was never happy with what I got. It's human nature. We always want more. Yeah. And no matter what it is, no matter how much you've got of something, then you're always searching for more things. I think that's ego nature. No doubt about it. That's the nature of the ego. And now it's like, I don't care if I lose everything. I don't care what happens. Nothing really is ours anyway in life. We only borrow it. Right. Until we die, and it all goes. Yeah. The only thing we truly own in this life is moments in time. Now, this is a moment in time for me that will never be erased. And no matter what happens, this is always going to be my time. This will be my moment in time because I lived here and I was a part of this. Yeah. Everything else, this bag, this watch, these clothes, they'll all go. What does it really matter? Yeah, your body. If the body will go, this is a shell. Yeah. But what's inside, hope to God lives on forever. So that's the message that I wanted to share because I came from that. And it took me to a very dark place, and it took me to a place where I didn't know where to go, what to do, because I have money, and I was born into it. And by now, I'm on a wellness spiritual journey that I've been doing since 2021, since the beginning of this year. That I let everything go, and now I'm just on this journey of trying to be a better person, helping the next person, and just changing and trying to make this world a better place. And that's where I stand with money because at the end of the day, like the guy says, nothing is really ours. We only borrow it. When we die, nothing comes with us. But as I hope to God, the only thing is that our souls live forever. So that's why I listened to that message. I wanted to share it with everyone there. Hopefully, it brings some a new light to that. And this is Giovanni. Thank you for listening.
Wow.
I'm s- I'm sorry. I wanted to announce something that I truly agree with Drea about money wise. You can't put your full happiness in money. If you put all your happiness in money, then how are you truly happy within? My focus is not money that makes me happy. It could be something very small that I can appreciate to be happy from, like some flowers or something. Like money is just a moment of financially being stable for a moment, but you can be with someone that's rich versus someone that's broke, but that broke person can bring more happiness than the person that's rich, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but that I've been in a situation like that, and the person that had less money made me more happy than the person that had more money, if that made sense to y'all. So I do kind of agree in that area. Money is not all happiness, but it depends on you, and it goes back to my subject of saying it's up to you and your mental state. Like, you got to know what's truly happy to you, when it's your purpose. So I don't know, it's hard to choose between the two because they both like contradict each other.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I definitely
Yeah, that
understand.
was a good point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Giovanni, that was the boxer Tyson Fury, because I was very familiar with the soundbite that you were playing. So yeah, I
That is
definitely
correct. And I listen to that every day when I wake up.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
it's very deep because that is a person who had it all. Like he had everything: financial freedom, millions. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. Even he's the heavyweight champion of the world again now. And he saw the dark side of, the fame and the wealth and that all of that stuff that he thought was gonna make him happy, the riches, and it didn't. It didn't. It actually made him feel worse. You know, so sometimes it's good to get that perspective from somebody who's actually in that position, and it would definitely wake up a lot of us up. But thank you for that sound bite, though, Giovanni. I really appreciate that.
You're
And
welcome.
next is Kid Creole. What's up, Kid Creole?
Hey, what's going on? I'm glad that you let me in the building, my good man, Crown. And I would like to say hello to everybody in the room. I wanted to share, how like you see money, it's a tool, you know what I mean? It's a tool that takes us from one level, whether it be, a low level, and for some of us, it takes us to a high level. I've seen both sides, you know what I mean? Because when you come from where I come from, right? Where I come from is Queens, Rockaway, Queens, Far Rockaway, Queens, right? It's the bottom of New York. And growing up, you meet people and you think these people are genuine, right? Especially when there's no money involved. But soon as money is involved, like the doctor said, it's the root of the love of money, root of all evil. You know what I mean? And I watched it on both ends. When I was hustling in the street and I didn't have anything, you know what I'm saying? You watch your friends, they love you one way, and then soon as you get money, you know, you watch your so-called friends turn on you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Because of the markings on this piece of paper, you know, the paper is like it's like evil. You know what I mean? And when you watching that dark side, I'll give you an example. I would hang out with my buddies every day, right? Maybe like whenever I would come from work and we would hustle. But the thing is, I would watch, these guys and I'm like, yo, these are my brothers. But until you start doing your thing on your own, right? And they actually have to come to you to get whatever they need from you, right? That's when you start to see the dark side in what a piece of paper can do to a person. You know what I mean? Your friends, your own people will turn on you. You know what I mean? So like the doctor said, money not everything. You know what I mean? Health is everything. Wealth is, the real wealth is health. You know what I mean? The real wealth is family. You know what I mean? People that you hold dear to you. And like Giovanni said, like the guy said earlier before Giovanni, the moments. You know what I'm saying? The moment in time that you share. You know what I'm saying? With people you care about, these are the things that really matter. Money don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It gets made and then it's going to be gone today. It's made today and it's going to be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I just want to share that with y'all. You know?
Man, Kid Creole, man, that was definitely relatable.
That
From me being a native New Yorker myself and being familiar with Queens. I got people up in Astoria, you
Mhm.
know, Left Rack, Queensbridge, all that up there, man. So I definitely can relate to what you're saying coming from Brooklyn. Where it's the same thing, man. Same game, man. So yeah, man, you was spot on with that. Everything you said, I can actually see it playing out because is very familiar, man. And yeah, money can definitely create some, I mean, terrible situations when people have the wrong mindset behind money. You know, they will take from you, they will steal from you, they will even kill for it, you
Let
know?
me tell you. I'll
So,
tell you a story. I'll tell you something short, not long, because I don't want to be too long-winded, being that you guys let me have the floor, and I'm really gracious, to you guys for letting me talk. You know what I mean? The thing is, when you in the street and you hustling, like I said, you see your friends. It goes from you, feeling like you got a brotherhood. You know what I mean? And for the ladies, in some cases, it's a sisterhood with someone. You know what I mean? But for, a guy like me, I watch you know, somebody that I think, I could hold dear to me, turn on me, come to me with fake money, trying to purchase stuff, that I'm doing in the streets, you know what I mean? When I was moving. And so the thing is like, when you see somebody come to you with fake money, and it's like, wow, you would never think this person would try that with you. You know what I mean? And you're looking at them in the eyes, and it's like, wow. And then they got the nerve to deny it and be like, well, I didn't know. You know what I mean? And in some cases, you don't want to blame. You don't want to point the finger. You know what I'm saying? You want to turn the other cheek and just act like it didn't happen. But you realizing, wow, this person did this to me. That's the crazy part about, you know, the flip side of it, you know? And so it hurts the most because it's like you never think the person would ever try you like that. That's the thing with money. That's the thing. That's the evil with money. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so, yes, you don't want to dwell too much on what money can do for you, because people they lose lives over money. They lose you could lose your spouse over money. It's just a lot of crazy stuff that happens with money. You know what I mean? You got to put the creator first before all of that. You know what I mean? Because money is not it. You know what I mean? It's just a tool to get you from one place to another place. You know what I'm saying? Without money, what would you have? You would barter with something else. You know?
that's a fact. Man, great perspective, man. I love it. I love it, man. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us tonight and feeling the vibes and staying tuned in with the Good Vibes Only family, GVO. Just scroll up to the top, tap that little green house where you say Good Vibes Only, and follow our club and become a member. And then from this club, I mean, special events, celebrity interviews, networking and connecting rooms, music rooms, everything. So just stay tapped in with us. Also, you can give us a follow. You can follow me, follow me, Crown, follow Internet, follow the dope moderators up here. And you can follow the speakers as well that's up here dropping some, I mean, great insights, some gems and everything for you. And when you give myself, Crown, and Antoinette a follow, just make sure you tap that bell. You will hit the follow button. You will see a bell, tap it, and put it on always, so you'll always be notified whenever we bring you these spaces here. You can do the same for the moderators as well, because we are often together and we are often in other rooms as well. So we want to create a great experience for you here on Clubhouse. So yeah, we're gonna get through our last few people and then we'll be wrapping up this room for the night. And I believe next we had Mila.
Hi, my name is Mila. I'm from East Coast Canada. And I've lived a life of poverty. So did my mother and my grandmother. And so I actually really liked Kid Creole. I really liked when you said that other it doesn't just have to be like we don't if we're not using money to exchange, we're going to use something else. And I think no, money doesn't buy happiness. Um, I also don't think it buys freedom either. I think it's a tool, right, that we use. And I think it's also a tool that alienates us from
Mm-hmm.
why we have the exchanges we do with each other. And our whole world is built on it. So it's not something we can really escape anymore. But I think it really detaches us from what is the purpose of me going, why am I going to the store and getting food from that store. Like, who am I getting the food from, right? Like, where's the food coming from? Who made the food? And like things like that. And I think like money really does detach us from that. Um, and it also, like, when people have a lot of money, which, like, I'm speaking not from experience, I guess, but in like when people have a lot of money and they do redistribute it, often it comes along with their intent rather than the intent or the needs and the will of the people that they're trying to support and help. And I find like that itself is also alienated, right? Like, what is the exchange that's happening from someone who's, being charitable rather than like acting out on like a mutually beneficial exchange of like community, right? So yeah, I don't think money buys happiness, and I don't even think it really buys freedom. Sorry, yeah.
Absolutely,
Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah, a crown. I do have a question in society of the system of money, and it's this curiosity though. If you go to a restaurant and there's two lines, one with people that don't, and one's the people that do, you find that in the system of society, they always treat the people that have money better. They give you the best tables. You go to a club, you get the most best tables. In society, they incorporate that to everyone. The more money you have, the better service you got. The more money you have, the better access of medical treatment you get. The more money, the bigger things at door. But to when would there be what I want to know is, where did that come about in that sense, where because you have $20 and this person only has $1, that person is going to get better treatment than the person that has the $1 in his pocket. Where that person could be with the dollar, be the best person in the world. I don't know where that systematic system came from. That it's like because I'm in LA, I'm in New York, I'm all over, and I see that all the time. And that's something but that's incorporated. That's everywhere you go. You have more money, you get first class on the flight. You got more money, you get this type of service. And that's kind of fucked up. The way society has that ingrained. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying, Crown?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, most definitely. And yes, it's definitely a different way that you can look at it. Definitely a great way that you can look at it. But that's the beauty of like having perspective and insight from looking at the situations of others. But yeah, thank you for that, Giovanni. I really appreciate that. But yeah, we gonna shut this down though, because we just got to the last person, and I have like something that I gotta attend to. So what
Can
we'll
I
do
talk
is
to the room before we close out, Crown?
say it again, bro.
I said, can I talk to the room? If you got to run, I understand, but I want to just share my nugget real quickly. I was on the list to share,
Oh,
if I may.
oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I was to something, and yeah, I forgot the you was the last person. But yeah, you can go ahead and then we'll shut
Same
it.
with me, actually.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me make it real brief. First of all, I want to thank you, brother, for all that you do and having this room, number one. I'm going to answer the question very quickly, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of context. Can money buy happiness? The answer is absolutely not. And I'm going to say that so definitively because if it did, Jeff Bezos of Amazon would still be married to his wife. Bill Gates would not be going through a divorce right now. So that just levels it very definitively when it comes to can money buy happiness. And then in conclusion, I'm going to do this for Queen Drea and Dr. Claudine. I'm going to read, if you click my picture, I'm going to read Ecclesiastes 10:19. This is a verse that most people don't hear, especially in the underserved communities. And that verse is Ecclesiastes 10:19. A feast is made for laughter, wine makes life merry, but money is the answer for everything. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve that message, and I'm done speaking. Bam.
Thank you for that, Brian. I appreciate that, man. And it's good to see you again, Brian. I know it's been a while, and yeah, I appreciate you coming in and tapping in with us tonight. It's greatly appreciated, and I definitely appreciate that perspective and what you just read as well. And we had one more person before we close. Say something.
I think it was Christopher.
Yeah.
Christopher. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
it's all good. Hey,
Yeah.
appreciate make it super brief too. Hey, my name's Christopher Dunson. I help people reach their real estate dreams, build plans for people and stuff like that. On this money topic, I heard some earlier. I'm gonna hit this first because I think it's a bomb for a lot of people. Uh, Everyone's saying, "Hey, money is the root of all evil," right? So, you know, the gentleman earlier was talking about his situation over in New York and stuff like that with friends and all that. Well, I'm gonna throw this out here as far as the money is the root of all evil thing. What about being broke is the root of all evil? What about greed is the root of all evil? I mean, is it the money, or is it the people who are broke that are robbing people and taking the money? Or is it the greed that people build up in their hearts that cause them to have the hunger for the money, right? Is it really the money, or is it really the people and what's inside them, you know? So that's my take on that. Being broke is the root of all evil. Greed is the root of all evil. I don't know if money is. Money can help a lot of people, you know? So
Mm.
that's a small take on it. Can it buy happiness? I mean, if you guys have a second, I can talk about that too.
I totally agree
Yeah,
with you,
go ahead. Go
Christopher.
ahead.
Well, not to, well, since, you were mentioning, what I was talking about, I just want to touch on it. Like the doctor said, she was referencing the love of money. Focus on the word love of money. You understand? That's what it really was. You know what I mean? That we wanted to veer away from. We wanted to steer away from the love of it. You understand? We all know, like we said, we all agree. I believe we're on the same wavelength. When I say that money is a tool, especially here on earth, you know what I mean? Being that, we're all here temporarily, and while we're here in, our temporary vessels, we're using money to to do certain type of transitions. You know what I mean? Because of course, when you have enough money, it changes your lifestyle. It changes the way you eat. It changes the way you wear your clothes. It changes the way you do things, even the house that you live in. But all of these things are material. It just accentuates the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? When you have these things, it doesn't make you who you are. You understand? So I think we can all agree that money is a tool, but the love of it is the evil part. You know what I'm saying? When you love it too much, when you're willing to cross your homie or your friend or whatever, or your or even your significant other for money, you know what I'm saying? And you put the money first, you know what I'm saying, before, you know, having like real empathy for your people, then that's bad. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we all, Giovanni was talking about, you know, the doctor was talking about, that's what we was mentioning.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. The love aspect of it, because loving money, it just make you do a lot of things to get it. things that are just not the best things that someone can do just to get some money into their possession. So yeah, I definitely can agree with that. But this was a great topic, and I'm thankful for everybody that tapped in with us today. We had a lot of people in here today, and I'm thankful for every last one of y'all that's still here with us tonight. But make sure y'all tune in with us. We'll be bringing you topics and a lot of different stuff. So once again, everybody in the follow by the speaker section, others in the room section, just scroll up to the top, pull your screen down, refresh it, and follow that club up at the top. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. Click that little green house, tap it, and follow our club and become a member. And that way you will have access and you will have exclusivity into what we're doing here. We'll be bringing you celebrity interviews, regular rooms, networking and connecting rooms. Oh my God, everything topics like we got tonight, and just to make us, and you can join our community here. This is a family, this is a movement, good vibes only. You can follow myself, Crown here. You can follow Antoinette and follow our other fam here on the stage. And when you follow us, just click that bell you see next to the follow button and click it, put it on always so you always be notified whenever we create spaces. And also, don't stop there, get with us on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well. Send us a DM if you have any questions about anything related to Good Vibes Only, or even us individually, because we all are doing great things in our fields and in our industries. So definitely take a look, click the bios, and tap in with whoever resonate with you. You can also follow the speakers as well and stay tapped in with them. And we really thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight. We, went for, a couple of hours, and we had a lot of people in here, and we just wound it down to about 60 people now. So thank everybody down there and the audience and everyone that, came in. And I'll give it to Antoinette, and then we'll close out.
Yes, thank you all once again for tapping in with us here at GVO. Once again, head to the top of the screen to that green house and follow our club, become a member so you can stay tapped in for some more dope rooms, some motivation.
I'm thankful for everybody that tapped in with us today. We had a lot of people in here today, and I'm thankful for every last one of y'all that's still here with us tonight. But make sure y'all tune in with us. We'll be bringing you topics and a lot of different stuff. So once again, everybody in the follow by the speaker section, others in the room section, just scroll up to the top, pull your screen down, refresh it, and follow that club up at the top. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. Click that little green house, tap it, and follow our club and become a member. And that way you will have access and you will have exclusivity into what we're doing here. We'll be bringing you celebrity interviews, regular rooms, networking and connecting rooms. Oh my God, everything topics like we got tonight, and just to make us, and you can join our community here. This is a family, this is a movement, good vibes only. You can follow myself, Crown here. You can follow Antoinette and follow our other fam here on the stage. And when you follow us, just click that bell you see next to the follow button and click it, put it on always so you always be notified whenever we create spaces. And also, don't stop there, get with us on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well. Send us a DM if you have any questions about anything related to Good Vibes Only, or even us individually, because we all are doing great things in our fields and in our industries. So definitely take a look, click the bios, and tap in with whoever resonate with you. You can also follow the speakers as well and stay tapped in with them. And we really thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight. We, went for, a couple of hours, and we had a lot of people in here, and we just wound it down to about 60 people now. So thank everybody down there and the audience and everyone that, came in. And I'll give it to Antoinette, and then we'll close out.
Yes, thank you all once again for tapping in with us here at GVO. Once again, head to the top of the screen to that green house and follow our club, become a member so you can stay tapped in for some more dope rooms, some motivation, inspiration, and hot topics. Also, definitely head over to Instagram and follow our official page. That's GVO_Clubhouse. We want you to stay updated with what we have going on there as well. And thank you guys once again. This was a great room, and I loved everybody's point of view. And I'm looking forward to the next room. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely, and we'll be closing down.